Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Eddie Vision TV, the channel where we look at sports differently. I'm your host, Eddie Gona. Now we're taking a quick look at potentially what we'll have to deal with in the Nations League. We have a semi-final clash versus the US on the 21st of March and hopefully a final on the 24th of March. So the Reggae Boyz are guaranteed 2 games in the next window, the semi-finals, the finals, or the third place game. So obviously we're looking to win the Nations League, so hopefully after we dispatch up the USA, we move on and beat whoever is in the final. Now Coach Algrimson will be having a headache pretty soon, because as you know, red hot winger Demarai Gray is out, and the informed striker from the last window, Shamar Nicholson, is also out. Both players out due to card accumulation. Now the big question is, should Coach Algrimson replace these 2 players in the squad? We will have to name a 24-man squad for the window, so 24 man for the 2 games. Please note that if we do not include Gray and Nicholson versus US in the squad initially, they cannot play in the second game. Also, Michail Antonio's availability is still yet not 100%. Some good news though, he's back in training, back on the pitch, and based on the reports, he's just building up his match fitness. So that's some good news. So hopefully we will definitely have Michail Antonio for the 21st of next month. Now the construction of this team will be very key. We will have to submit the names of players that we want to the clubs by March 7, 2 weeks before the game. Obviously, some shaking around needs to be done, because we'll be losing 2 players if they are not called up. And the question now will be, should we name Gray and Nicholson in the squad, hoping that we get to the final and that we'll have our better players available for that final, or call up replacements so we have the full complement of players for the semi-final game. Now if we call up Gray and Nicholson, the 24-man squad essentially would be 22. We'll be going into that semi-finals 2 short. Now should we bolster the side by finding 2 replacements? And that's an option, but for me, I think we should name them in the squad. Another option is we could change up the composition of the side. So now the last window we carried 3 goalkeepers, 9 defenders, 6 midfielders, and 6 forward players. So the elephant in the room would be the 9 defenders. We could always drop one of the centre backs or drop one of the full backs. We carried 4 centre backs and 2 right back and 2 left back. So if we want to add more attacking players and not name Demarai Gray and Nicholson, those positions are where we should be looking at. It's going to be a tough game, but I think it all depends on if Michail Antonio will be available. He's the key man. I think he can replace Boza essentially, and on the left we could shift one of the midfielders over there. So I'm still going with naming the squad with Gray and Nicholson in it, and hope and pray that we have them available before the final. You know what I mean? And I think, they have done well in the Nations League, so they would definitely deserve to have a shot, you know what I mean, in the final or even the third place game. They've done well throughout the Nations League, so I don't see why the coach would drop them and replace them all together. But that's just my view. What say you guys? Should Coach Al Grimson name Gray and Nicholson in the Nations League squad, or should he replace them? Replacing them will mean that they won't see any action in the semi-final, final, or third place game. Next thing to note is that if Gray, Boza, and Antonio are all unavailable, will be down to Romario Williams, Leon Bailey, Trevante Stewart as the forwards, based on the last squad. So it'll be down to those 3 players. Could they do enough? Something to think about. Alright, folks. I'm Eddie Gona. Thanks for watching. Always remember, like, share, and subscribe.
I'm Vin Blaine, right? I'm pleased to be on Edivision TV, and I hope that you share and subscribe. Good content, good host. Eddie is top when it comes down to hosting. Ask good questions, and don't interrupt you when you're speaking, which is very, very important, right? But still, that he has a balance when he asks questions. So do like, subscribe, and ensure that you support Edivision TV.